Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Crypto Insider channel. We're coming at you from the Crypto Insider compound in the wild, wonderful city of Austin, Texas, also known as the live music capital of the world. Today we got two videos instead of one. We normally go for one a day. We're going to do two today, and then maybe we'll take it easy tomorrow. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Thanks for the likes and subscribes. We've got 20 new subscribers since this morning. You guys are great. And see that? You set off the subscriber heart. Right mid sentence, you set it off right there. Listen to the shimmery goodness. What you're seeing on the screen is that a donation was made to @GoodXRP, and all you had to do was click a button with your mouse pointer or whatever you might have used. In any case, let me disclaim that I am not a certified financial planner, a registered investment advisor, broker, or tax accountant. But this is a topic that I wanted to cover because if you read all the articles, doom and gloom seems to be the order of the day. And a perfect storm situation could be developing with traditional retirement vehicles. And so I wanted to talk about that in context with XRP. So let's jump right into some of these articles. I'm not going to read them all to you word for word because I'm sure it's all stuff you've heard before. The first one comes from aarp.org. How much longer will Social Security be around? Um, The part that I highlighted is that the trust funds had 2.8 trillion in reserves at the end of 2018, but benefit payments going out are increasingly outstripping income thanks to demographic and actuarial trends. While the boomers are swelling the ranks of retirees and living and collecting benefits longer, lower birth rates in subsequent generations mean there are fewer workers paying into Social Security. This is true. If you can, I don't know how old you are, but if you could remember growing up in the 70s or 80s, you'll remember there were. I mean, it was common for there to be 3 and 4, 5 children. I think my stepmother had 5 children. So big families were a thing, and the replacement rate was a lot higher than it is. That keeps decreasing every year. So that means the number of workers that it takes to support a Social Security benefit, I think it's probably getting close to 20 workers for one one beneficiary of Social Security. Um, it says the upshot is that if no changes are made, the system will run through its reserve assets by 2035. And it talks about how lawmakers and policy experts are debating proposals to shore up Social Security's finances. So, in the U.S., as with most governments, the government doesn't make anything. They're not producers of wealth. The only thing they can do to shore up Social Security is to start taking it from other places. So, it becomes a snowball effect of where do they get this money from? In anywhere they choose to take it from, whether it's higher FICA taxes or Social Security taxes, if it's from a bigger tax penalties on early withdrawals for 401ks. However they decide to do it, it's going to create a negative effect somewhere. It, um, you're saying Crypto Insider, I don't have to worry about Social Security. I have a pension. That takes us to our Yahoo News article by Nathan Boomey just from a few days ago. It's really over. Corporate pensions head for extinction as nature of retirement plans changes. The practice of companies sending monthly retirement checks to their former workers is headed for extinction, and remaining pension funds are in tough financial shape. And we've seen this for a long time. If you've had any job that was not a government job that you got over the past, I don't know, 10, 20 years, it probably did not have a pension with it. A pension is kind of a guarantee that says we're going to pay you X amount of money every month. Uh, until you're deceased. And some of the pensions were really good. I remember I knew some folks that had worked for the railroad, and not only if you worked for the railroad did you get a pension, but your spouse got a pension because you worked for the railroad. They had some really nice benefits back in the day, but as we can see from this article, those are going by the waysides. Nearly two-thirds of pension funds are considering dropping guaranteed benefits to new workers within the next 5 years, according to a human resources consulting firm that studied the matter. All right. Well, you're saying crypto insider. That's fine. Maybe there won't be Social Security. Maybe something will happen in 2035. Uh, and I don't have a pension, but I have a 401k. That'll take us to our Barron's article. Um, 401ks aren't helping Americans save enough for retirement. These researchers found four major shortcomings, and I'm going to give you some more that probably aren't listed in the article. By John Q. Marianos from November 28th, 2019. Uh, Workers have 401k balances at retirement that are well below their potential. For example, they say a 25-year-old median earner in 1981, if he or she contributed regularly, would have accumulated about 364,000 by age 60. But in reality, they found the typical 60-year-old with a 401k in 2016 had less than 100,000. Um, there are a lot of places that do not offer 401ks, depending on what your job is. Maybe you're self-employed, maybe you don't work for a company that's large enough. I don't think it's required to offer a 401k. There's a lot of blue collar and white collar companies that do offer a 401k, but I don't know that it's required. Leakage. Some plan participants, and depending on how your 401k plan set up, maybe you're able to take a loan. Maybe you're able to take some money when you have a hardship, like medical bills. Or some have an exemption for when you want to purchase a house. So everything you take out can result in a lot less money when you retire through the way that interest compounds over these. But what what they're not mentioning here, in my opinion, is not only do you have availability and access, but you have to assume that you have the wherewithal to work for 30 or 40 years every day without there being some sort of medical plan, without you being laid off, without anything going wrong. You have to be able to work for 30 or 40 years, saving about 10% of your income to to effectively retire. And this is what's very odd to me. And I was in a tweet exchange. I think it was with Kevin Cage, maybe. It was somebody in the YouTuber community, and I put this out there, and I got a few likes for it. But what's odd to me is people that need XRP or any crypto asset to moon right now for some reason. It seems like everybody's just drooling, waiting for that bull cycle to start up. These same people that are starting to feel the fear and express it loudly. Usually, these are people that are happy to put 10% of their income away for a 6% return for 30 or 40 years, hoping that their body won't give out or they won't get laid off. And they're happy to do that because that's what we've told everyone you should do. Um, but when it comes to XRP, they can't wait 2 or 3 years for a potential much greater return. And that to me doesn't make sense. Now, I'm not saying you should put any money into XRP or any other retirement vehicle. Remember, it's not investment advice. But I'm saying if you do invest what you can afford to lose and have a hedge against what's happening in these stories, and this is not just a USA thing, you can find these stories happening in France, in Chile, Japan, the UK is having some issues. But by the way, we have a lot of viewers from the UK. I just love the UK. I'd love to go there on a vacation. You guys, oh my God, your music, the television shows. If you haven't checked out any of that from the UK, it's just so much better than the stuff that Americans come up with. We occasionally get a gem, but for the most part, you guys have us beat hands down when it comes to the arts. But the point is, this is going on all around the world. And so if you can put even a small amount into a cryptocurrency that you've researched, that you like, that you have good entry and exit plan for, um, you're hedging against these stories. And so even in a situation where the cryptocurrency you pick, whether it's XRP or Bitcoin or a diversification of all of them, preferably, even if it doesn't moon, but maybe it just sunrises. You know, you've made some money from it, but you're not the millionaire that you were hoping to be. Uh, in that case, so maybe you don't have to work those 30 or 40 years. Maybe you've been able to cut it in half to 20. Um, that's still going to be that's going to be an amazing value to you, because it doesn't matter whether it's fiat money in a 401k, from a government program, from a corporate guarantee like a pension. Your most valuable asset at the end of the day is going to be time that you have to spend with family, time that you have to do what you want to do in the later years. And if you can buy more time, possibly buy more time by investing what you can afford to lose in a cryptocurrency, I think it's a good idea. I mean, I think it's a good idea because I do it. So that's how you know I've put my money where my mouth is. So I just wanted to cover this sort of retirement and the way I look at retirement in a nutshell video for you. In addition, before we go, before I sign out here today, I wanted to tell everybody that listens to my channel that I have become a Ledger Nano, or not a Ledger Nano, but a Ledger affiliate. So in my video descriptions now, you will see a Ledger affiliate link. And I'm not one to shill products, so I'm not going to do the Teespring and T-shirts and all this stuff. The reason why I like Ledger is because it pertains to the topics that I discuss, and it has value to some of the listeners. I bought a Ledger Nano before I became an affiliate a month or two ago because I wanted to use it before I became an affiliate. And what's funny is at first it wasn't very good. I got one that was bad. It would not stay powered on unless it was plugged into the USB dongle. As soon as you unplugged it went off. And so I was really upset with Nano and Ledger. But what made me decide to become an affiliate is that when I contacted their customer service, oh my God, it was one of the best customer service experiences I've had in a long time. It was all done through email, but it was done so fast and so quickly, and they had another one to me and all the packaging, everything I needed to send it back to them without questions. What did I do with it? Where was it stored? How did I install it? I didn't have to go through any of that. It was just, okay, you described what happened, and now we're going to replace it. And that was very illuminating to me. So I definitely support Ledger, but I'm not telling you should go out and buy a Ledger. I'm just saying if you were thinking about getting a hardware wallet, we would love it if you clicked on our link in our videos and bought it through our affiliate program. It would help us out. We're not going to get rich from being a Ledger affiliate. That's not the point. As you know, as if you followed the channel for any length of time, at the beginning of the video, we donate a lot to the At Good Souls group, and whatever isn't taxes from whatever else we ever get for any reason probably will end up going as well to some charity or other. So We try to be a socially conscious channel. I'm not looking to become rich. I have a good day job in the fintech industry, and I love it. I do it every day, and it's that is my bread and butter. So you don't have to worry about me shilling. Um, in any case, thanks for joining, listening to the spiel. Think about your retirement and think about how you can hedge against the stuff that's supposedly going wrong. Whether it will or not, no one knows. So Social Security, like, I can't imagine any politician now or in the future that wants to be at the reins when Social Security goes bust and they stop sending checks. They're going to find some way to get that money, even if they have to create it out of thin air, quantitative easing. But it's still worthwhile to pay attention to in creating your retirement plan. Plus, there are a lot of expenses in retirement that not everyone considers. If you're a do-it-yourself type of person, definitely you need to worry about things like taxes and inflation. And so even if you have a little bit set aside in a crypto asset to hedge against those things, you're probably going to end up being much, much further ahead than anyone else. But thanks for stopping by, and thanks for your support and for watching the channel.